Yo, my name is Jeynick, and I have something very special today. I have attempted a few runs last week with a very special setup, but before I get into that, I have my personal special guest right here, who is called Bradley. And
Hello, hello, hello.
this is Bradley. Bradley, tell us something about yourself.
I work in analytics. That's just a nice name of being a professional gambler. I gamble in Jeynick Speedruns and Lego Racer.
He does.
I've got already a lot of Jeynick points.
We might actually get into that story while the run is going. Since the run is like 40 something minutes, I'm not gonna tell the time yet. That is Bradley. He's gonna help out with commentary, and I'm gonna explain something real quick right here. So I set up my joystick, which I bought earlier this year. Before I set up the joystick, I did try to play this game with a controller, but analog input isn't supported. Now I was surprised because when I plugged in my joystick, I actually figured out that analog input is actually supported in the game, but it's only done through a joystick and maybe some other type of controllers that I haven't tested. But basically what's going on is I can make very smooth turns with this joystick, and I have a key tracker on screen that will tell you exactly how wide my corner will be or how wide my turn will be. And yeah, two different buttons, so item and drift, and then I can also look backwards. And then there are some other keys like changing my view angle, which I actually want to get into because originally I wanted to run in first person, but running in first person is ridiculous, and it actually gave me a headache after like playing for a few hours. So I scrapped that idea. But if you guys want to see that, I might be able to suffer through it and do a full run. The time isn't going to be pretty for sure, but it's going to be hilarious. So if you guys want to see that, then we'll make that happen.
With
So
an
yeah.
additional throw-up count.
Yeah, we can we can keep a throw up count. Yeah. So yeah. Something else that I'm gonna review right now. I actually accelerate with foot pedals, and I brake with pedals too. So, and drive backwards and stuff. So I don't know if I will actually have a section that I'll drive backwards in this run, but we'll see. I forgot a lot about this run except for one really weird thing happening that we'll get into, and I'm sure Bradley will be surprised by it. And yeah, so we're gonna get into it, and Bradley's gonna enjoy this because he likes optimizing things and seeing strats and doing analytics, like he said.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Okay, here we go. Start of the run. Brett, how much do you know about the game? I just given you a quick crash course on some of the strats, but how much do you remember from last year?
Well, I remember a lot, to be honest, because especially on the places where I gambled, like I already said, like I think translated in English, it's the Jeynick plus points.
Yeah, so
It's,
let's
those
explain a
two-
little bit more about that. The strats for this race are just the usual strats, by the way, except for the fact that you can take like really smooth turns, but the times will be about the same. So not really much interesting going on here other than the fact that I'm basically controlling this vehicle with my feet. But yeah, so explaining about Jeynick plus points. So I was attempting a lot of world record runs last year, and I was streaming them to Discord to Bradley and some other friends. And I basically made a system where people could bet on what would happen on the game, and then if they would bet correctly, they were able to kind of get some kind of points. They were memeing that it was kind of a crypto and that you could buy stuff with it, although we never went that far. I think it's kind of unethical to do stuff like that, but it was quite fun, and I think you actually gathered most points out of everyone, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I told you I'm a professional gambler.
He is a professional gambler, yeah. Yeah, that was Imperial Grand Prix already. 122.9. I actually had, I think my gold split for that was 120.7. So not too fast, but you know it's runnable. So here we go. You might see me smile here and there because I was watching a podcast which I'm not gonna name because... What?
In between the run.
In between the run, yeah. Yeah, you need to keep your sanity up when you're playing this game. So the first DFD trick coming up, and my findings with this is that DFD trick with a joystick is super tricky, but it's a lot of fun, and I think it's, once you get the hang of it, it's actually easier with a joystick than without, so that's kind of cool.
Well, I think you have, like, a lot of games, you are better with, like, controller, not joystick, but controller, because with controller you actually, your muscles have more memory input.
You think so?
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, keyboard, people with keyboard, most of the time have a disadvantage.
I think it depends on the game. For an FPS, definitely keyboard and mouse, but...
Yeah, that's true. That's just like, you can aim much better with a keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you go with race games, I think Rocket League as well, everyone uses, like...
Oh yeah, I would definitely
uses
not
a
play
controller.
Rocket League with mouse keyboard. Just like something like Dark Souls, I wouldn't play with keyboard and mouse either.
exactly.
I would play that with a controller. So I actually did a little bit of a backup here. I saw, like, I didn't see Robin Hood, who is the green guy that we just passed there. And he will mostly pick up, well, mostly, I think 1 out of 3 times will pick up the white brick that is beside the rock that you need for the DFD trick. So what I do sometimes is pick up a shield and just use my boost early, and that's what you saw there. You can go back later. We're not scrolling back, but I'm just gonna give some
This is my
feedback on some
favorite-
of the run.
This is my favorite map, by the way.
Oh, this one is awesome. I think it might be one of my favorites too.
This is the gambling. So blue, red.
Blue, red? Alright. Triple blue, too bad.
Ooh.
So if he got this, he would have gotten a point. And I actually had a system which was called Lucky 7, that if you got 7 points in one run, you would get double the points that you earned or something like that. It was crazy.
Yeah, true. Because someone did it, and it was me. And
Yeah.
that person had it like, I was on the high end of everyone. I was like 10 points ahead.
Yeah.
And that person did it, and I think he
I think he overtook you, yeah.
he overtook me for like 3 days.
For a few days, yeah.
Yeah. And then I came back online and I was like, oh, we're gonna gamble. What? I'm not first anymore?
So this is actually the backup for if you don't get to warp. You can actually warp here with the rock cut, as I call it. That one is interesting, but that's nothing new. That's the same old strat, really.
It didn't get really smooth. I seen you do the backup.
Oh
much
yeah, this
smoother.
one wasn't too smooth. It's harder with a joystick, but I mean it wasn't too bad. But could have been better, yeah, for sure. And here is DAD, and I told Bradley earlier that this is the race that I probably reset most runs on, because if you go past this race, you will start entering King Kahuka, and for resetting a run, you would have to close out the game and then reset the save file to like a run file again, because it overrides certain cutscenes that you need for the legality of a run. And again, I don't know if this will be legal, because no one has ever played with a joystick, so yeah. I'm quiet there because I wanted you to hear that I honk. That's the thing I do. That's the thing Jelen did when... So when I started running, I watched his run and I saw him honk, and I thought it was the funniest thing ever, so I kind of took that from him.
I see you laughing on the cam.
Yeah, that might also be the podcast, but who knows. So this one is going quite well, really well actually, so this white brick isn't always there. That's great.
I'm gonna
And
warp
this one's
here
there.
immediately.
Yeah, so this is pretty much the perfect cycle that you need. I might gold split here actually. I also gold split it on Dark Forest Dash,
Yeah,
which
I
is
just
strange.
wanted to say.
So my gold split, I think my gold splits aren't too accurate here, because somewhere in the 5 days that I ran, somewhere in the middle, I actually overwritten most of my times, so they weren't accurate anymore, so I had to reset the whole timer. So some of the gold splits aren't that insane. I think my sum of best is like 1.5 minutes above my sum of best with controller or with keyboard. I do play with a controller normally, but I bind keyboard inputs to my controller, so it's basically a keyboard. It's just so I don't have to slouch over my keyboard all day if I play this.
just having good posture.
Yeah, important.
Exactly.
I'll get a new desk chair. I'm really excited about it. It's gonna be here
Yeah,
in like 2 weeks.
Or
Probably.
2 weeks.
Yeah, had a bit of a delay. So Tribal Island Throw, really interesting. I'm running a new strat here. Well, I think I ran it in the last run that I tried, or in the race with Green. But I'm running a strat which I call the TIT strat, and it's where you pick up this one, and then this brick right here, and then instead of holding out on the green brick that's coming up, you fly. You try to pick up as many white bricks as you can, and then warp afterwards, which is like a second or two faster if you perform it correctly over the regular safe strat. So this race basically became one of the harder races of the game, because it was kind of the easiest run, or the easiest race of the game. But yeah, this is cool. It works out.
Yeah, so this game is like really nostalgic.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
I think a lot of Dutch kids had this for some reason. A lot of Polish people too, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I was browsing for some different versions of the game, right? Like different cases and stuff, because I'm kind of weird like that. And I saw some weird Polish kind of variant of the game, which also came with... It was this bundle game that also came with Lego Island or something, and I really wanted that because it's kind of niche, but I don't know if I will ever be able to get that.
Yeah, I think... did you... Is this the game you have to buy, or was this like...
Oh no, you had to buy this from CD-ROM, yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah. But it was like, if you see the graphics, it's just like so fun.
Yeah, oh, it is, for sure. Oh, I don't know what happened there. I think he overtook me and I just pushed him into the white brick, so that's kind of trouble. Because I'm not able to warp here, that will cost me a second or two. Depends on how I react to this. This is awful. Normally I have about a 24-25 second lap for the first lap, so let's see what I'll get here. I was supposed to pick up that white brick too. This is not going too well. 28.3.
And he didn't use it as well?
Yeah, so I'm doing a backup here. There's 3 white bricks around this corner, and I pick up 2 and I pick up another one. So I might be able to warp twice now. Oh yeah, I will be. That's awesome. And I need that green brick right there for a better third lap, which I got. That's great. And... oh, only 1 white brick, so that's trouble too. You'll see me pick up the triple again. Sorry, what did you say?
He still didn't use it, the bot.
No, the bot. Yeah, the bots keep on the items forever sometimes. Like if they don't have a reason to use it, they won't.
Oh, and you were breaking.
Ooh,
oh,
that was the weird moment. So I think if you're watching this, you should actually just go back 5 seconds. I have no clue what happened there. That is the first time of me seeing that.
But is that a shield that pushes you away? Is that even a thing?
It's not really a thing, no. I think he just bumped into me from under because I was on that slope or something. I just got launched for some reason.
That's a very weird collision.
Very, very strange. So I lost a lot of time on that race alone. It was like almost 8 seconds over my old PB.
Yeah.
So you'll see that my old PB with the joystick was 47.14 at that point, because Rocket Racer has 47.14 after it. So this time is definitely going to be faster than that, but I'm not going to tell you the time.
Yeah, so in this race, it's one of my favorites as well, because you do it consistently, so this was like easy points. When
so
gambling.
the bet on this race would be how many times do I warp, with a range from 3 times to 5 times. Oh, this is interesting. So I'm zooming out, and Green and I gave this a name. So I'm zooming out so I can kind of look over the hill a little bit faster than normally. And we still don't know whether it actually works or not. It's kind of pseudoscience, I think. But we call it George check, because we have this guy in the Discord server who's called George M. Hall. And he played a full run zoomed out. And we were like, wait, that's an option. So we actually used that, so I'm George checking here for a white brick, but there's none, and that sucks. So you would have been wrong here, Brett, if you said 5 times, but
yeah, so
it's 4 times now.
Yeah, because normally with like when you use your controller, you always had 5. So it was like the easiest bet in my life.
It was one of the easiest ones, yeah.
But that's the thing, and the 7 in betting system. If you have 7, you double your betting score.
Yeah.
You double your points. That actually was before. That was, I mean, after. It was like after a long thing, because I've had like a lot of gambling. Well, I would say runs, a lot of runs where I gambled above 7.
Yeah.
But I couldn't, because it was like much later, and people overtook me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was definitely dicey. I mean, it's all RNG anyway, but some of the bets definitely were easier than others, and that was one of them. If I was really unlucky, like people used to say, oh, you're warped 3 times, but if you say that I warped 3 times, I will actually reset, because I will lose like 5 seconds for basically nothing. So I would tell people, like, do you want me to lose this run? That you bet that, but, you know. Amazon Adventure Alley is kind of one of the... I think if I say that DAD is the first map where I reset the most, I think the second one will be at Amazon Adventure Alley, because you'll lose like 8 to 12 seconds for no reason other than RNG.
Yeah, it's just awful in it.
Yeah.
But it's fun to have a little bit of RNG in speedruns, but...
Oh, yeah.
It's like, what do you prefer, to be honest? Like, do you prefer like full skill on, like 100% skill, or do you like prefer if it's like 80%
I think I prefer RNG. I mean, I will always prefer skill over RNG with speed runs, but definitely sprinkle their RNG in there, because I was talking to someone new that joined the Discord server and was interested in running, and I was chatting with him, and I told him, like, the most fun part about this game, which I still stand behind, is making the most of what the game gives you. Like, if life gives you lemons, right? But if the game gives you bad RNG, you can still do certain like backup strats and stuff to still make a good time. And I definitely don't finish most of my runs. I think I only finish like one every... If I don't even count Redbeard, I finish probably 1 out of 10 runs. Because with Captain Redbeard included, I'll probably finish 1 in 30 runs. It's that insane, but it's definitely fun seeing a run coming together. And man, once you get past the 30-minute mark, you'll start sweating and it gets rough.
Yeah, do you get nervous?
Yeah, I get really nervous. Well, I don't get nervous from like the first 30 minutes, but if I see a green number and it's past 30 minutes, I get so nervous, man. So this is the manip trick. Yeah, you were probably gonna ask that.
Yeah.
So can you explain the manip trick from what I just told you earlier?
Yeah, so certain okay, I'm gonna just explain it. Okay, certain characters like the AI, certain bots, prefer certain items.
Yes.
So if you like pick up a blue one and change it for a red one, they will pick up the red, or I think it's reversed. To be honest, it's the reversed. So they pick up the blue one instead of the red one. Yeah. So the green one will stay green. It's like, I'm not explaining it very well. But
it's not exactly that. It comes close though. So basically, it came really close. So if you leave a blue item, some bots will always use a blue item immediately instead of a red item, which they hold on to if they don't see a bot. But blue items are kind of like, oh, they just use it, like they just use it. But with red items, they might hold on to that for a while. And if they drive over a brick that you need, like the green brick, that is a red brick right there, they will actually leave behind a red brick, and you will start losing bleeding time. So it's not like they will drive another way because they're on tracks, so they will always drive the same route, and once it's determined what route they'll take. But you know, it's definitely interesting.
Yeah, it's I see you do the power slide as well. You told me you didn't do it a lot, but I see you do it a few times.
Yeah, it gives you a bit more control. So the manual states about this was actually the PSP trick, by the way. So a manual states about power sliding, which is just your usual drifting, as I call it. And then if you accelerate while braking, and then slide, you'll do a super slide, it's called, and it actually makes a way tighter corner, so that's what I do sometimes. I think I use it here too, often.
Yeah, you do it pretty consistently.
Yeah. So another PSP trick, so this is going really, really well. It's really rare for me to actually perform 3 PSP tricks in a row. Well, I can do them, but sometimes the green brick that you're supposed to pick up after the warp is like a yellow brick or a red brick, so you might not get to reap the benefits from it, as they say.
So you missed a white brick there.
Yeah, I missed one, but it's fine. I think I missed the jump, honestly, but it might be the case that someone else picked it up. But it's fine, I mean, I got 2 of them, and I'm happy about that. And I can actually grapple hook for some extra speed.
Yeah, that's what I just want to ask.
Yeah.
But you already did it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a fast-paced game, really. Like, no time to waste. Any second you let go of that accelerate button, it's just bleeding time, so...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so if people wanna interact with the game,
Yeah.
we explain a few of the gambling systems we have in place. If you have a beer with you, drink.
Cheers. We haven't made it a drinking game, that would be fun though.
That would be really, really fun.
Like, imagine me bringing my PC and running this game with the boys on the couch and they're just drinking, because... I mean, sorry, that's not very responsible, but it would be
drink
fun.
Responsible.
Yeah, drink responsible. Not much...
But it would be really fun.
not much of a drinker these days, but I would actually do a drinking game like that.
It's just... We also have like a friend who doesn't drink, but if he drinks, you know, Jan.
He goes hard. He goes hard in the paint.
He just wins from everyone.
Yeah.
I don't know how, because
He gets.
like,
I think he gets a little competitive sometimes.
he does, yeah, he does. But I don't know. Oh, didn't get hit there.
I didn't get hit. No, I actually slid past it.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I'm not getting the flight here, but I'm still having a white brick, which is what you want. You do want to dodge these items, so that's awesome that I didn't pick any of them up there. And I actually contaminated my block with a yellow one earlier, so that sucked. And otherwise I would be able to warp here, which would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But what I do here instead is, there's this green brick right here. Never warp right there. Never warp in that spot where the green brick is, because you might end up in a wall and crash the game. Like, hard crash the game. Yeah, it will actually crash the game. I think I might be able to record that sometime and show that, because...
That's really
I
fun.
don't know what happened there. What?
You just got cursed.
That is insane. Like, he just stopped driving.
But if you get cursed, you need to do reverse, right?
Yeah, but a shield will cleanse it and a warp will also cleanse it. So
So warp cleanses it.
yeah, that's why I use my warp immediately. It's like small stuff like that that will definitely make a run.
This run was also not that
No,
great.
this wasn't that good actually. So my last lap was a 40-second lap. If you're really lucky, you get like a 37 first lap, a 31 second lap, and then sometimes even a 28 or 29 last lap. So this is one of those maps that you can save major time on. It's always when we do this commentary that we're watching the run and we tell each other, like me and Stace and Ken, for instance, who were guests on the other runs, like, are we even watching the right run? Because some stuff just goes so horribly wrong, but that's just LEGO Racers for you, I guess.
Yeah, RNG.
It is. Well, it's RNG, but really the last map came down to skill, because I just picked up that yellow brick in the first lap and replaced my own green brick. Stuff like that, you shoot yourself in the foot.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't you have like? Didn't you? I think you was like inventing a new trick with the UFOs.
Oh, you're right. I didn't tell you about that one, but earlier, at least. Like, so there's this thing called the UFO trick, as I call it at least, and it's when you shield when the UFO flies over you, which would normally pull you back, but then pulls you forward instead. And we had this we had this discussion in the Discord server whether that would be legal or not. And I think, so one of the mods is Bagel. I think the other mod isn't that active anymore, so Bagel is probably the one that will watch this also if I submit it, and if I don't submit it, he will watch it too, probably. But I think he said that it's legal.
Because it's any percent glitch, right? So
Yeah, it's glitchless, but it's not really a glitch if you ask me. It's intended because the UFO is actually supposed to pull you inwards and then pull you backwards. But if you shield the moment you get pulled inwards, you'll get a massive boost forward. But it's really situational, so you can't use it if you're almost at the end of the road there, because you'll get slammed into a wall. That's how fast you'll become. So you can only use it at the start of the... basically past the finish line.
It's not just that, it's also, like, it's very hard to do the trick itself. Right?
I get pretty consistent at it, actually, but...
Really?
Yeah, you're right, it's kind of a finicky timing, I guess.
Yeah, you need perfect timing, right?
Yeah.
To do it. So, it's like skill, to be honest. So if you...
It is a skill, yeah.
So if you say it's not legal, it's like, oh, you just removed, like, a very skilled thing to do.
Yeah, but also, if it's a glitch, it's a glitch, you know. There should be another category for this. There is another category, by the way, that isn't glitches, so that you can use glitches, but there's this glitch that makes you skip out on most of the race if you just drive backwards and forwards, and it's really boring, so I don't, in my opinion at least. Maybe I should get into it, but I don't really like it. I just like doing full runs with full races and tasting that sweet RNG sometimes.
Yeah, I think, like, glitch, 80% glitch with, which one was it? Like the robot game. What's it called again? Like you're a girl in a robot machine, or a robot machine in a robot, another robot?
Trying to help you out here.
Oh my god, why don't I know this?
Girl in a, have I played it?
Yeah, you did a run. I think you also uploaded.
Super Metroid. Or
yeah,
Metroid Dread, rather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you have like glitches and...
Yeah, but that was the category I run. So speedruns have different categories for those who don't know, and probably Bradley as well. So you have different categories, and this category is glitchless. So you can't use glitches, but the category I run for Metroid Dread, which is also on this channel, is... I think it was just any percent and then no major glitches, which means that you can't break the game completely, which has its own boundaries. Which gets really specific because you can use this, but you can't use this. It's strange.
Red, blue, by the way.
Red, blue?
No.
Red, blue is what you said. Oh, red, blue, okay,
blue.
right.
It's triple blue.
Triple blue again, yeah. So there's actually codes that are more favorable. The thing you would like to see the most is triple red. And anything like red, blue, blue, red, anything that alternates between colors is pretty bad in my opinion. So blue is not too bad, but it's not really what you'd like to see.
2 times in a row, it's the second blue.
Yeah, that's true. That's really small chances. It's a 1 in 8 that you get it right, and to get... So it's a 1 in 64 to actually get triple blue twice. It's pretty insane.
I think this is a really fast run, isn't it?
Yeah, this was a good race. I gold split it as well. Yeah, I gold split it as well. So you'll see previous segment there, and that's basically kind of a calculus of my... So the race before Magma Moo Marathon minus the race of, or the split of Magma Moo Marathon. So 11.3 minus 9.4 is like 1.8, 1.9. So that's what you'll see right there.
So you're now 9 seconds, and this is your PB with your keyboard, right?
No. This is like a separate split that I set up for just the joystick, because I thought it wouldn't be fair to compare against my all-time best, even though I'm getting really close to it. So my all-time best right now, or my personal best as you call it, the PB, is 46.52 right now. And my PB with the joystick is 47.14, so that's only like 20 odd seconds off.
So, because you wanted it to be legal, right? But isn't this like a category on its own?
I mean, that's why this video will be called Joystick %, because I have no clue. It's just kind of a meme thing to call something %, but I don't think this should be its. I mean, if more people are interested in playing with a joystick, which I doubt, because it's suffering, and getting everything to work. Like I run like 5 separate software to make everything work that you're seeing on screen right now. Probably even more. But if something is down to try beat my time with a joystick, then you're welcome to do so. And we can maybe set up a separate category for that. That would be fun though.
Right? You should be epic because you created it.
It would be memes if I ask Bagel to make it a separate category and then just post it on speedrun.com and it will be only me on the board. That would be funny, man.
First.
Yeah. If any of the people that are watching right now and are still watching, which, you know, props to you, and you're wondering about certain strats or why I do certain stuff, just time stamp it in the comments and ask me about it, because I'm always interested in explaining, and sometimes I make really dumb decisions because sometimes you need to make a split-second decision on what's backup is best, and you just make mistakes at times. So we're looped around now. We're where we started.
Yeah. So this is the first one, right?
Yeah, this is the first race, yeah. Imperial Grand Prix. But it's mirrored, of course, because after the first 3 cups it gets mirrored. Which is kind of dumb. We were actually, I think someone, can't remember who it was, but someone said in the Discord server, like, it would be more fun if the mirrored maps at least had a different item layout, so it would be a little more interesting in running them again.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Yeah, although the bots have different, or the AI have different like behaviors on the mirrored maps. They're kind of the same, but sometimes they're a little different. So that spices it up a little bit, but other than that, I agree that it is kind of boring at times, but you know, this run is strange anyway, because you need to perform like the best you can for like 45 minutes at least, and then also roll dice all around and try to go for 6s, because the stars don't always align. Like you see, I'm actually 12 seconds behind, and we're gonna doubt now whether this is the run or not.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Like 12 seconds, that's like a long time to
be behind.
Cover.
Yeah, exactly, because I actually made some major mistakes up until now. But yeah, I can confirm that this is the actual run.
Okay, so this will like become like 1 second, a 1 second race or something like that.
Oh no. So I'll promise you that if this isn't the run, we'll still upload it, because we have made the commentary. And we'll just make another one for the actual run, but this is the run, I know it for sure. So yeah, another Amazon Adventure Alley, and it's trying to throw those dice. So.
Okay.
So this is great, just the usual rounds, probably clock in at about like 24 seconds or something. Yeah, 24.8.
It's like you are pretty long behind, so you need to do like a few gold splits, I think.
Yeah, I'll have to pull out some magic cards here to still make it happen. So as you can imagine, I can probably get an even better time than this run is gonna be. But I synced a lot of time into making this work, and I've probably played for, I told you earlier, for like 5 hours the past 5 days, with like a day in between break, and I just kind of wanted to get a fun time out of it, and then just make a wacky video and upload it.
But you also like wanted to know if it's like legal, right? So
yeah, well, it doesn't really matter whether it's legal or not, but you'll see why later. But it would be fun, you know. It's basically kind of a treat for everyone that likes the game. So especially for the Discord server, it's just something wacky and something fun to watch, because we don't really get a lot of new runners out there. So if you'd be interested to run this game, definitely go to speedrun.com and I think there will be a link somewhere there to the server, which is a shared server with other LEGO games as well. So LEGO Racers 2 will be on it, and a lot of like LEGO Harry Potter and LEGO Star Wars and stuff will be on it too.
So could you explain like one thing for me?
Yeah.
There's like the previous segment, like minus 12.4 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, how did you? Isn't that like an insane goal split?
Yeah, that is, but that's probably because my other goal splits were wiped a few days before that, and it requires a lot of RNG to get the perfect race, and I pretty much got the perfect cycle in the last race, I think. We were talking about other stuff, but I think that was the perfect cycle. Because you don't always get to warp wherever you want on Amazon Adventure Alley, like I told earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
This is pretty wild, by the way, just coming out of the warp, then using that green brick and immediately sliding into the corner, getting that white brick. George checking here, by the way.
Oh, damn, George.
It's a George check. He'll enjoy that. I think he'll watch this video, he'll enjoy that. I think I told him somewhere in Discord that Green and I use that term. It's just so fun to come up with your own terms for games, especially if other people aren't really running it much. It's painful, but I think the reason why not a lot of people run it is because it's kind of a pain to set it up.
It is like what you just told us like 5 like different software.
Yeah, but that's also
game.
for key tracking, controller inputs, stuff like that. You basically only need to run the game and then record it, but in order to run this game smoothly, you'll have to play full screen because window mode didn't really work smoothly for me. So after a while I went back to full screen mode, and for some reason the game will default to a certain resolution which will mess up the resolution of your screen normally, and it's just a whole pain to set up. I'm sure people know what I talk about who are running the game. We need some guides or something that will introduce you to the game and just tell you what to do. Because there are stuff like save files too. I'm gonna try to explain it to the guy that I told you about earlier that wants to start running this game. I'm probably gonna try to explain some stuff and see if I can help him out.
So this is like LEGO Speedrunners 1 or 2, right?
This is LEGO Racers 1.
Oh, and 2 is the open world one, right?
Yeah, 2 is the open world one. Yeah. Have you seen that video of mine where I speedrun that one?
Yeah. That was. I think it's really weird to like. It's completely different from this one, like because here you have just like you race, and there you need to like in the open world you need to go to a race.
Yeah.
So it's like completely different mindset. You need to have to speedrun the other one.
Yeah, it's that one is really strange, and you need to play that with a controller with analog input because that one is so weird. I might come back to it someday. I saw some signing of me in the camera like I think 20 seconds ago, and I think I remember that because I mistimed one of my splits, so I timed a little bit early, and that's why I did like a weird sign with my hand and then a cross. So if someone has seen that and is wondering what that is, then you'll know why. I sometimes do a little sign in the camera for later. So you have countless of recordings with me just doing weird, wacky stuff in the camera. So this one is going well, actually.
Yeah,
really well.
You gonna pick up the green one? Aren't you?
Yeah, so the green one around this corner and then start flying and hope that I don't miss. So your car will lose traction of the road sometimes, like this, but I actually drifted into it, and that's kind of impressive. Because if you start losing traction on the road with that car while flying, which I know sounds weird, traction on the road while flying, but if that happens, you will just slip and you'll not have any control over your vehicle whatsoever.
Yeah, so this is what you were talking about with me from the start. You don't have to do the ghost water technique, right?
Yeah, I don't have to do the go swimming one. So I told Bradley earlier that if you're missing out on one of the white bricks in the last lap, I do something that green crowned go swimming, which means you go into the little like pool that is in the cave and you pick up an extra white brick there to basically
And this
still be
was-
able to warp.
This was another gold split, by the way.
Yeah, this is going
Well,
extremely well.
Like
That-
the Baron Cup was a complete game changer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so from plus 12 to minus 10. That's wild.
That's insane. I've never seen this. It's like normally you're like very consistent on your own times, right?
Yeah,
And the only like difference is when you say, you know, guys, I've got a new technique. I'm just gonna try it out, and then you have like minus 5 seconds or something like that, like an insane gold split. But I've never seen like a turnaround like this. Like,
no, this is wild.
Plus 12 seconds to minus 10.
I also tend to reset runs where I have plus 12, but I had in the back of my mind, like, if you know your previous PB, you'll know where to save time, and I knew that I could save time in the late game, so I was just going for it. This is risky, by the way. Grapple hooks, never trust grapple hooks. Especially on the last race on Rocket Racer. That's like an unwritten rule that we should probably write down, because people are gonna mess that up. There's this door cut on Rocket Racer, and if you shoot a grapple hook there, it will actually not focus the door most of the time, so you'll see what I mean. I'll get back to that, but never trust grapple hooks is what I'm trying to say. Kinda risky. That wasn't going too smooth, by the way.
No, it wasn't going really smooth like normally, but I think you recovered well enough.
Yeah. It's fine. Probably lost around 2 seconds over the whole lap there.
UFO comes again.
Yeah, always just shield just in case. Unless you want a UFO trick, then more power to you. But only, like, take my advice. I use UFO tricks from time to time. Only use those when you're at the start, or like right behind the finish line at the start of the road where they end, where the UFO ends. Because otherwise you'll get flung in the wall and lose more time than you'd save. So.
Yeah, so you lost time here again, but it's not like, well, it is a big time, like 5 seconds.
Yeah,
still.
it's much. But also I might have been racing against my other gold split, so you'll never know. Because it compares it to my previous best, right?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's a smooth one.
Oh,
Damn,
that's really
nice.
smooth. That was really satisfying.
Yeah, so that's the power of super sliding there. Let's see how this one goes. This one must go well, because I'm not that far ahead right now. And it's starting to become like late game. It's actually late game already. There's not a lot of time left. This is good, by the way. You want to dodge those items so you don't replace your green brick. And what you do here then is you try to dodge this curse, which might spawn in your face sometimes. And then you warp into this shortcut here. And you kind of let go of the gas to still pick up the green brick and sometimes the white brick if you're lucky. Flying is so much fun with a joystick though. It's good.
Yeah, I think you have like much better control with the joystick.
Yeah, you could argue that. But there's also like the grip thing on the road and traction and stuff like that, which messes it up. But yeah, in some situations you do have more control for sure. So this is good. I'm still warping. I didn't get the shortcut warp, but it's fine. And he stole my blue brick that I was really upset about. He bumped me into that blue brick. Okay.
You're on full focus mode right now.
I am, yeah. No time to waste.
Because like a moment ago you were like laughing. I think you were laughing about the podcast.
Yeah, probably.
And just enjoying the podcast while doing a speedrun.
Yeah.
And now it's like, no. Did you turn it off?
No, I couldn't. All in, baby.
So I couldn't do that. I couldn't like do a speedrun like full focus while like a funny podcast is in the
Yeah, you'll get
background.
distracted for sure. I had moments where I think they were showing stuff on screen and I was just kind of done with the run anyway, and I just look over and then I made a major mistake and I was like, ah man, I should probably just focus. But if you're running for 5 hours a day, that's insane. Like,
Yeah, you need to have a little fun in between. Right?
yeah. Maybe
Otherwise,
I see myself
it doesn't work.
streaming some attempts in the future. If anyone is interested in that, I might be able to set something like that up. Because I think it would be fun to have some like chat to interact with. Although I know chats can be savage, but you know, good
Yeah,
fun.
It's just how you go with it, right?
Yeah,
Because,
yeah, it is for sure.
I've seen like a lot of streamers who are like savage in their own way, and then their stream is savage against them, and they just go with it, right?
Yeah, you definitely don't want your own chat to turn on you. This is going well, but I picked up a yellow brick now, I see, and that's kind of a bummer. I was getting excited and then I wasn't. But it's fine, because there's a green brick right there if it didn't get replaced by any other brick. Which I doubt. Yeah, it's still there. So this kind of sucks, because I can't miss any white brick right now. So that one is there, that's good. Sometimes it's not. And then I need to pick up this one here. Nice, the green brick's also still here. This is fine. And I get a red brick. I'm upset about that. Sometimes I play with emotion a bit. I shouldn't do that. Like, I should hold onto that red brick, because there's no reason to shoot that one right there. You can still sometimes grab like a grapple hook with that and win some time. That's also playing out of emotion. I shouldn't do that, man. So optimally, you want to pick up like the red bricks just in case the bot picks it up and fires it at you. But I still want some time.
Like, yeah, you still want some time. But I understand that you play with emotion, because especially when you're speedrunning and everything, like especially with the Baron Cup, you like takes like 10 seconds. You want like a lot of time.
Yeah.
And it's just like RNG just fucks it up.
Yeah, it is. It does. It's like working so hard for 30 minutes, not really getting much out of it, and getting a slight bit of hope, and then seeing it just crumble away in front of you. It's really heartbreaking sometimes.
I think that's the reason why I don't speedrun, is because I would reset immediately when the thing goes bad.
Yeah, you'll start to kind of deal with it. I almost got hit there by the hot air balloon, which is fun. Manip trick here, so that's good. That sets me up for the next lap. Oh, there also, if you're running this, always take this inner corner here, because it's just faster. You might think like, oh, that weird corner there has a slope and I'll just crash the car if I go into that, but you can simply drive over that and it saves like a second, maybe? Half a second, maybe? Oh, an extra green brick there, and that's actually called Sam's green brick, because Sam replaces that for you, and that's really awesome that he does that for you. Sam Sinister. That's a term from Green, by the way, Green 9.
He's not a G.
Well, he actually isn't the G, because he shoots you a lot. Like, he's the type of bot that will always pick up the red brick and just shoot you with it. That's why he won't use the green brick. He'll save up for the red brick and then replace the green brick for you, which is awesome. It's pretty much the only thing that Sam Sinister does for you in the whole run.
Another 6 seconds edit.
Yeah, that one was great. Awful in my PB. But this one was pretty good.
So it's like minus 13 seconds. This is like a great. And now you're going against Rocket Racer. So.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm getting nervous here, because this was probably my 5th run that I was gonna finish that day. I was on a roll. I think it was yesterday actually, or the day before that. And I had really bad Rocket Racer RNG. So the worst thing that can happen is when Rocket Racer actually start boost and then pick up the red brick at the start. You'll see it. So there's a red brick on the left, and the worst thing that can happen is when he boosts and he picks up that red brick. Oh man, makes me so angry.
Oh.
So this actually went well, because I'm ahead, and he won't pick up any of the bricks, the one in front of me. He will pick up that one, but it's fine. You know, I'm still ahead. This is not the optimal start, but it's better than what I've gotten that day.
Oh, there you.
Yeah, I just bumped into the wall. Yeah. So if you get a good first lap, you'll get like a 30, maybe 29-second lap.
So if you have like a red brick and you shoot it in the middle, you warp, right? I think.
Yeah, the door right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where I said, like, if you use a grapple hook there, it will mess you over. So never trust grapple hooks.
Grapple hook.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't get the optimal second lap where you warp. I think I'm gonna save up for it here, or I will try something wacky. No, I'll save up for it. That's good. So what you do is you warp, Then you pick up that red brick here, and you shoot the warp, and you shoot the door, and you warp immediately again.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's really good, and that will fetch you like a 25, 26 second lap if it all goes really well. That sounded scary, man. That sounded like rockets. It sends chills up my spine when I hear that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you picked up.
It's-
right? Oh no.
Yeah, it's time already,
Oh,
so that was the last lap.
So it still was like 5 seconds.
Yeah, it was 5 seconds faster than my previous one, because
Yeah.
I had a terrible RNG before this, like I said. But yeah, 46.55, which is actually a really, really, really decent time. Especially since
Yep.
my PB is 46.52, so I might actually be able to PB with this setup. But, you know,
That's
I'm also
insane.
running out of time to try stuff like this. So I just kind of wanted to have this, and getting a better time than that is just basically rolling dice and asking to roll 6. Like, imagine rolling a dice 25 times and asking for a 6 on like 13 of them. It's not gonna happen unless you play a lot. So,
Yeah, exactly.
well, also
The
needing
Rocket
focus to
Racer
perform.
reset.
Oh yeah, you got the Rocket Racer car set. It's awesome, man. I'm gonna
What
pause
are
the
you doing
video.
right now on the cam?
I'm
like
doing a peace sign, yeah. Because I'm happy with my time, so I'm like, I sometimes do signs so I know later when certain runs are what I want. Basically, kind of a language of myself for editing and stuff. So that's what I do. And yeah, that's it actually.
That's it. But it's like a great race, right? So you did like a very good job.
Yeah,
Even with,
it was awesome. It's so much fun. Playing with a joystick, doing wacky stuff like this, it's so much fun.
You can
And
just do a PB with like controller. Well, what is it again?
with a joystick,
Like,
yeah, with a joystick.
Joystick, yeah.
I almost
That's
PB'd.
just insane. If you think about it, that you can do the PB with a joystick.
Yeah, people are gonna be angry in the comments, like, why didn't you PB with your joystick? Why didn't you do it? you just buy a joystick and feel the
And try.
feel the struggle, man. All right, I would actually love to see someone else try this with a joystick. That would be awesome. If someone can beat my time, I will definitely hook you up with something. I don't know what I'll do, but you're getting a prize or a gift or anything. That would be awesome. But yeah, thank you for joining me.
Jeynick plus points.
Oh, you'll get some Jeynick plus points. Yeah, you can buy all sorts of stuff with that, you know. All right.
Great.
Yeah. So that's gonna be it. Thank you for joining.
Yeah. No, it was nice. It was nice. It was fun to see like the weird stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a run in a very long time.
It's been
be honest,
ages.
so
It's been ages.
Yeah, it's been really, really, really long.
I was really
It's really
busy with work this year, and then I just didn't have energy to put in proper attempts, because I think as fellow speedrunners that watch this video, when you do runs, you actually just want to sit for it and take like a few hours at a time to just attempt, because you're not just gonna boot up a game that takes like 45 minutes to run and then attempt for an hour. That's not what you do, you know. So I had to take some proper time to do this, and I think it turned out great. It was fun.
Yeah, it turned out great. To be honest, I didn't expect it after Johnny's cup. But
Yeah,
then,
I think no one did. Oh well.
the Baron Cup like fixed everything for you. So,
Oh yeah, it did. I should probably see what time that was, because I might actually beat my PB with the time that I set on that Baron Cup. That's insane. But yeah, thank you. Do you have anything you want to plug or anything you want to tell the audience? Now you have the time.
Well, I can do like one thing, but it's like Dutch, so it's only for the Dutch people. This like a hidden
Morse
how do you
code.
say a hidden Easter egg for
Okay, yeah.
for a lot of people.
Yeah.
There's there's another tier list coming. I'm not gonna say the channel, but that's the Easter egg.
Is there
So,
another tier list coming? I didn't even
there's
know
another
about
tier
that.
list coming.
Oh
I
man.
know about it because he like the guy who makes them. He fixed me up. He told me like this and this and this is gonna go, and we're gonna do this and this. It's like amazing. So
Okay.
for the people who understand this this Easter egg,
So I'm
Hype.
not sure whether I'm excited about this. I think I should be, But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave that secret Dutch Easter egg once it's up, and then I'm gonna put it in the description somewhere for those Sherlock Holmes types of people that are out
I
there.
really want to see it.
Yeah, that really want to see that. No, that's great. Thank you for joining me, and let's do this some other time too. This was fun.
Yeah, it was great.
All right, bye bye.
See ya.